there's been quite a bit of chatter surrounding the events that have transpired over the last months, in particular involving the upcoming election, the general election that we find to be quite pressing. It has intrigue and it's just voluminous with interest in what either candidate might be doing and what not. The chatter that concerns quite a few people, especially within the Black community, is the idea that our President Joe Biden, has taken a line that appears to some, and this is at least the commentary, that Joe Biden is attempting to appeal in some manner out of the ordinary to the Black community, to Black youths, and to Black adults. I think I should preface what I am going to say with this. In the last 4 years, 5 years, well, let's say last 8 years, we've seen quite a few millennial Blacks moving towards a rather out of the ordinary direction. We've seen quite a few millennial Blacks moving towards what we have seen to be an attack on the standards of government, an attack on our democracy, inside of an attack on the U.S. Capitol and the people who are representing our government in the Senate and in the House. And we've seen millennials move toward that as though it was appealing in some manner to them. We've seen also swaths of Black voters, particularly of the age group between, let's say, I would say 30 to 40, 35, 45, and possibly you can gauge it a little better between 25 and 50. So what I think we are seeing for some reason is that in this so-called woke era, we're not seeing millennials and the younger sect wake up to the fact that if we are seeing an insurrection at the Capitol, if we are seeing a trunk train that zips up and down the highway while a Democratic entourage is traveling towards the state capitol in Texas for a political rally, but they are hassled and harassed by this group, not to mention the throngs of mobsters that overwhelmed the Capitol on January 6, 2021. And beyond that, we saw a president about whom issues were raised, numerous issues that he now faces in court, in civil court and criminal court. These matters have meaning and they have weight, and these weights land upon our nation and its people. And here's the thing about that. If we see these things that are happening, whether that president was seated or post-seated, something has to trigger the thinking to really cause one to hone in on the fact that these are real issues, these are real events. And if this is happening, then what more can happen? Okay, what more can happen to impact the U.S. public in a manner that is similar to either of these things that we see right now? And that's the main issue. Will a president who has already set a stage, set the standard for the presidential characteristic that they will follow, will that president, if elected. Return to that behavior and place not only our nation's pristine government in such a position to disgrace it, but also our people in such a position to be controlled by that type of autocracy. These are the questions that the Black community need to think about and therefore answer for themselves. These are very serious issues, and this is the reason why our President Joe Biden is appealing to the Black community. It's like saying, hey, wake up. These things are happening, okay? If you want to see a president come into office and eliminate sick people, if you choose a president that will come into office and bring an end to FICA tax and therefore the tax return and also ultimately Social Security, if those are things that you want to see happen, then you should vote for Trump, because those are the things that are going to happen. He's already said it. So it's your choice. You want a president who's going to show compassion for people, who's going to execute the jobs that were promised during the election campaign? We've already seen so much. The IRA, the American Rescue Plan, the infrastructure package, these things that are happening in your communities, in our nation, to make things better. That was the initial promise. And I think that we have seen those things transpire because Joe Biden has been president. Well, you make your decision. I hope you'll make the right one. Thank you for stopping by again. I'm Michelle Crawford Sapenter for the Biden-Harris administration and the re-election of Biden and Harris. Thank you.